if the rich get richer, the dumb definitely get dumber, all right? Poor get poorer, blah, blah, blah. This guy's brain cells, if he only had 2 of them, they were both fighting for 3rd fucking place, let me tell you. This is a terrible angle for me, but whatever. All right, so I got a call for a 2000 Lexus, 2001 Lexus RX 300. Same car, effectively. Doesn't really matter what year it is, 2000, 2001. It's the same shit either way. So the guy calls me and he's like, oh yeah, you know, I called like 8 locksmiths. Nobody wanted to do my car. Everybody said they couldn't do it, which isn't true. They definitely all can do it. What is true, though, is that they don't want to. And they don't want to because the way that the programmer tells you to do it is stupid. My way's better. But, whatever. So the guy's super grateful, and then he tells me, oh, well, Lexus promised me a working key that would start the car, and a working remote, and they're going to charge me $415 total, which was a lie, I later discovered, but, you know, whatever. So I told him, I was like, look, man, I'm $385 for just a key. You know, you're kind of breaking my balls for a remote for $30-something or whatever. But hey, you know what? Whatever. If it makes you happy and it gets this sale done, whatever. You know, great. So I go out to the guy, and he tells me about how, you know, he buys storage units and all this other stuff, and he starts talking about some of his, quote, bad customers. I don't know how you have customers in that line of work, but whatever. So, you know, we're just BSing around, and I tell him while I'm working some stories about my bad customers. You guys already know some of these stories. But in the process of which, I explain to him that I'm not going to argue with my customer. You know, like, if you want, I will hold your hand and explain things to you. You know, and like, I'll pull out graphs and pictures and manuals and fucking video, whatever you want. Whatever you want. I'll explain to you that I'm right and you're wrong. You know? And far be it from me to tell this guy, just trust me, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't expect him to trust me for $400. I'd want some proof, too. So, I explained to this dude, like, 20 times that I can guarantee the key will turn and the security light will go off and stay off and do what it is supposed to do to not start the car, but to allow the car to start. Okay? I'm not God. I'm not a mechanic. I can't make your car start. What I can do is make a key that will allow your car to start. Because without that key, I don't care what you got, what kind of Jimmy John magic you got, you ain't starting nothing. Probably not any of you. Okay? Maybe there's a couple guys out there that know how to bypass some stuff, and, you know, your mileage may vary. Good luck to you. Some cars, it's just simply not possible. You know? It's just not possible because of how they're designed. It's just not possible. But, all that being said, he tells me like 30 times, oh, he understands. Now, mind you, this car that he's getting a key done for, it's not like his car. He just bought it through an auction for storage units, right? The car has been in storage for 12 fucking years. 12 years. First words out of this man's mouth when I hand him the keys. Does the car start? Fuck no, it doesn't start. Are you kidding? The gas in your gas tank, it's not gas anymore. It's varnish now. Because it's taken on so much water over this time. Are you fucking high? No, your car doesn't start. I didn't even try. I know it's not going to start. 12 years? Nah, bro. Your shit ain't starting. At a minimum, you need a fresh tank of gas, and you could probably do the EFI service or something. You know, fuel injector service. I don't know. But I told him, I was like, hey, look, as we discussed, you know, I can't guarantee your car starts. I can guarantee that without them keys, your car's never starting. I can guarantee you that. you know. But if you want a starty car, you're gonna need, you know, you gotta do some work, bro. You just got a car for a couple $100, like, it's worth a couple thousand. Like, quit being greedy and go spend the money to fix the car, damn it. Fucking making it the locksmith's problem. Anyway, so I shit you not, the guy's like, oh, well, Toyota Lexus, the guy on the phone, he promised me that for $415 they would hand me a key that would work, you know, that would unlock the car and that would start the car. And I told him, I was like, sir, I'm sure they probably did say those words to you, but guess what? The service advisors, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. They make dog shit money by the hour. The reason they sit their ass in that seat and answer your stupid phone calls and schedule you for stupid service is because they make commission on the services that they sell. They'll tell you anything to get them to get you to go in there. But I'm telling you, like, what this man said, it's a lie. Like, he doesn't know it's a lie, probably, but it is. You know, and why do I know that? Because I work on this shit every day and he doesn't. You know, so I told him, I was like, hey, I'll go there with you. I'll bet any amount of money that man wants to bet on that. You know, like, I'll pull up a year, make, model. I'll give him a VIN number and everything. Let's go try to start the car. If it starts, I'll give you $1,000, $10,000, $20,000. I don't fucking care. Any amount of money you want to bet. Toyota Lexus service advisors out there. Any amount. No cap. You want to bet $1 million? I'll get backing for $1 million. I got people I could call, back me up a $1 million prop bet. Yeah, funny. Broke as hell, ain't got $1 million, but I got people that believe in me. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, look, service advisors, they're in it for the commission. They'll sell you blinker fluid if you'll buy it. You know? I'm just saying, like, that's the reality. Don't hate the player. Like, I don't blame them. But they don't turn wrenches for a living. They talk for a living. And my mama taught me when I was young, beware of people that talk for a living. You know? Lawyers, politicians, salespeople. They talk for a living. That's how they make their money. This right here. Blah, 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 blah. That's how they make their money. They'll tell you anything. They'll sell your own mother to you if you'll buy it. You know, so like you're gonna listen to the dude who talks for a living, or you're gonna listen to the dude that works on this shit for a living. I pay my fucking bills with this. Why the fuck you want to hire an expert and then argue with the expert? If you know so fucking much, why are you hiring me? Good thing I didn't tell that dude my YouTube channel, because like I know his dumb ass is gonna be calling me again, but he's already in my phone that he's a pain in the ass, so that I know anytime I quote him in the future, I can give him a quote. For the pain in the ass price, and then he'll be someone else's problem. God help them. I actually, legitimately, I feel bad when I do that, because I know one of my locksmith brethren out in my neck of the woods, they're going to be the ones having to deal with his sorry ass, and he's going to be arguing with them. It's like, bro, you got a really nice car with low miles, you know, under the circumstances, for a really low price. You already won. You already won, dog. Now you just gotta not lose. And like all that cheap shit and arguing shit, that's how you lose. Y'all people that flip cars, like, you get a $10,000 car for $1,000, and then you refuse to spend the $2,000 to put a new engine in it from a dude that you know is gonna do it right. But you're gonna hire the dude for $500 that like literally smokes crack. You know what I mean? And then you're sitting there $3,000-$4,000 deep on your third, fourth, fifth crackhead talking about it's so hard to make $1. No, that's your fault, bro. Like, you already won. You already won the math. Now you just gotta not lose. And like, it's your own fault that you're losing, because you're making dumb decisions. Like, if someone told me, hey, I'll give you $10,000 and all you gotta do is put up $3,000 of your own money, I'd do that. Wouldn't you do that? I'd do that. You know? But don't sit there and be cheap. Oh, I'm going to save money over here. I'm going to save money over here. No. You're going to cause yourself a fucking headache. And then your wife's going to be calling you talking about, why is this ratty-ass car in my driveway for 6 months? And that divorce ain't cheap neither. Dumb mofos. I swear to God, I need a vacation. I need a vacation so bad. And like, either that or change career. I really, honestly, I shouldn't be dealing with people. I'm not good with people. I like people, but I like people like in limited doses. You know what I mean? People have gotten entirely out of pocket. Everybody's just convinced that, you know, they know everything. They know everything. They know more than you because they worked the Google on the internet machine, you know? And they're wise to your tricks. It's like, okay, asshole. You know, I've only been doing this job for a decade. The fuck do I know? And like all that garbage about how like he understands bad customers and then immediately becomes a bad customer. Mark my words, this dude's gonna do a chargeback. Mark my words. It is Tuesday, March 3rd at 5:30 p.m. Central Time. I'm telling you, JP Morgan Chase, you know, my bank, and ScanPay, when this dude does his chargeback, let this serve as video evidence that he was argumentative and that, you know, I did the work and like he willingly paid the money. Like I didn't grab the dude's card from him and run it against his permission or whatever. But like I'm telling you, he's gonna do it. His name was Frederick something. And this is video evidence before he ever even disputed the charge. Like I can smell him. I swear. Like I get so few disputes, honest to God. Like I only get like 2 or 3 disputes in a whole year. I do very good service, you know. My dispute rate has been under 1% of 1% for like 8 years. You know what I mean? Like, so that speaks for itself, I feel, you know. Such a low dispute rate, but like I'm telling you, with people getting more desperate in the economy and everybody's trying to squeeze $1 out of a dime and they ain't even got a cent, you know, these disputes, they just get higher and higher and higher. And you know, on a job like this, if he disputes it, that's really gonna hurt me, you know, like financially. Like I can only, if I have like a quote bad month and I get like 2-3 big disputes, that really screws me up something fierce. And nobody I pay my bills to gives a damn. You know, when it's me paying, they don't care. You know, they don't want to hear, oh, I had several customers do chargebacks. And shout out to ScanPay. Y'all used to stand by your vendors that use your service, and you took the hit when it was super low dispute rates like me. Y'all used to take that hit. It was a big selling point for me because like that shit hurts, you know, when they suddenly reach in your account and take that money back. But y'all kind of suck now because you don't do that no more. And you know, who knows why that is? Maybe the program was too hard to run or whatever. But like that was a big part of why I signed up with y'all in the first place. Yeah, man, shout out to stupid customers. If you've ever had like a stupid customer that like was trying to cause themselves a lot of harm because they're just too stupid to know when the getting is good, man, I want to hear from you. I can't be the only one. You know, like a big part of why I even make these videos is so that eventually maybe I get famous and then people can go back and be like, oh wow, you know, look at this dude, like that's real, you know what I mean? Like and then maybe they like educate themselves on like how to be a good customer for a trade worker. Work 6 fucking days a week, you know that? 6 days a week and have for like 8-9 years, you know? And I'm just saying, like, it gets exhausting. People don't understand that, you know, people like me, we make the world go round. The society doesn't function without, not just locksmiths, I'm talking like plumbers, electricians, carpenters, and all that. Like, could you imagine if we went on strike for like a couple weeks? How much shit would be broken and busted up in this country so quick? A lot of you can't even work an ice maker. Like, you damn sure can't be doing any of your own trade work, that's for certain. Anyway, but yeah, if you got a terrible story about a really stupid customer, I want to hear from you. I need to feel some camaraderie up in the comments section. You know what I'm saying? If you got a stupid story, I want to hear it. Let me know. Take it easy. Bye.